A practice run at adulting, learning how to set up a bank account, pay bills, run a business, and more. All valuable life skills that sometimes you just have to learn as you go through life. They aren't always necessarily taught in school.
Yeah, but massively important life skills, right? But a local nonprofit is working with schools and families to make sure kids are getting that education at Junior Achievement BizTown. Take a look.
Welcome to JA BizTown. My name is Barbara Smith, and I am the President and CEO of Junior Achievement of Oregon and Southwest Washington. So this is an experiential learning program for 5th grade students to come through and understand how a circular flow of the money works in an economy. They'll understanding what it means to be a citizen within a community. They're understanding what it means to have businesses in a community. And they will work together in the classroom for about 4 weeks before they come to JA BizTown, and they will put together a business plan. They know their anticipated salary costs, their anticipated operating costs. They will get hired for their job, and then once they're hired for their jobs, the students work in business teams to put together their business plan. They're going to make a capital investment loan from one of the financial institutions that we have here in JA BizTown, and either from the good or the service that they provide to the community, they will hopefully pay off that loan. Now, while students are working, they get 2 paychecks, so they receive income for doing their jobs. And those students will be able to go to the services that are offered in JA BizTown and participate in those services, or possibly go to a retail business or be philanthropic with their money and make a donation to the Oregon Humane Society. So we have 2 locations where we have a JA BizTown, and we will this year we'll have about 8,000 students come through the Portland location, and we have another one out in Hillsboro where we'll have about 5,000 students. That site actually does not only JA BizTown, but they also do a JA Finance Park program, which is for middle and high school students to get a more of a deeper dive on personal finance with the life situation they've been handling, and they got to live within their means. We could not do this without the volunteers. So each day of operation that we have, we need a minimum of about 25 volunteers per location. And so the Standard is one of those corporate partners that we have where they have an awful lot of folks to volunteer at one of our facilities.
Hi, I'm Tyler Krieg. I'm a senior employee benefits consultant at the Standard and have been involved with Junior Achievement since 2018 when I joined the board. Volunteering at BizTown is fantastic because, as you can see, there's many different businesses and a lot of different kids that have different roles. They're prepped prior to coming here, so they have their jobs and their roles and they have to work together. And you as a volunteer get to guide them along, kind of hear their perspective on what a job is. Some might not like their job, some love their job, and they work together on kind of running a city. So it's really exciting to see how they kind of interact with each other. And again, you have a little bit of an impact in guiding them along on what to do. The JA Finance Park program is more geared towards individual financial literacy. They get a role, and they're maybe have kids, maybe they're married, maybe they have a lot of debt, maybe they have an awesome job, and they have to navigate taking out auto loans, paying a mortgage, figuring out how to operate as an individual once they get out in the real world. The time commitment is about a half a day, but I would say Junior Achievement does an unbelievable job. The staff will notify you on what your role is. There's packets for you to go, question by question, and they really want you to use your personal experience, whether it's in your business life or your personal life, to guide the students on examples of what to do and what not to do.
They need to have patience. They need to have an opportunity to give back to their community. They just need to give us a call. We're always looking for volunteers. We will prepare you to volunteer at one of our facilities. We will give you notebooks. There's an online training that you can do. So we help you get comfortable with volunteering. We don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable about it. And we'll be there for the day to guide you through the experience as well. This is a memorable event for students. They're going to remember when they went to JA BizTown during that 5th grade year. And they're going to remember this for a long time. We actually have students come back that are now in college or even out of college that will come back and volunteer for us because of the impact that their visit to JA BizTown had on them. It's a lot of fun to do this for the kids, but we also have a lot of adults that say this was excellent, this was a lot of fun.
I think they have a little bit more appreciation of what it takes to run a household. And at least for my kid that went through BizTown last year, he came home with a few other questions like, hey, how much do we pay for cable? Or, why don't we run the AC year round? Those sort of things kind of make them thinking. So I think it's, got a great impact for kids at 5th and 7th grade levels.
We are very honored to be able to be invited to the Standard Volunteer Expo. We have a long-lasting relationship with the Standard. from doing events with them to having volunteerism. They were one of our founding companies, and so we've got a really long relationship with them. And so being at that event allows us to share our story, to let people know what's possible, to be able to get some of those additional volunteers to come in.
It's a really neat idea there. How about that? So you can learn more about JA BizTown right now on KOIN.com, and you can connect with them and more than 100 different local profits at this year's The Standard Volunteer Expo. And KOIN 6 and Portland CW are proud media partners of this 17th annual event. So mark that calendar for Thursday, September 4th at Pioneer Courthouse Square, where you can learn more about many of the amazing nonprofit volunteer opportunities that are out there. That is coming up. That is just next week.